Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing this word with truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into another lesson, Allah willing to be edifying. And what I want to speak on this lesson is about, how getting glory, self-glory on this side, or, a certain status, a name on this side, is pointless, and because, you got a lot of, camps or so-called teachers, who come into or receive the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh truth. And as Paul said, it could get lifted up, not want to make a name for themselves, or they get an abundance of subscribers, likes, views. You see, that can get to certain people's head, man. And turn into Israelite rappers. You got Deacon Sakari with the Benz. He feel like Deacon Sakari in 2015 when he was riding in the Benz. But you have certain men who look for a status now, and it's not to bash nobody. It's just it is what it is. You got certain men who like to look for a status or want preeminence for themselves. You got like who he was in the scriptures, Simon the sorcerer. You see, he wanted the power just so he can get that fame, man. Just so more people could follow him too. You had the seven sons of Sceva trying to make a name for themselves. Korah date to Abraham, but the point is, you have certain men who try to get that glory on this side, or in other words, trying to wear their crown on this side, man. Because ultimately, we understand we gonna be kings. We understand we gonna be priests in the kingdom. We understand these things. That we gonna be a nation of kings and priests. But the point is, that's not right now, though. We ain't gonna be we ain't kings right now. As far as we can actually live it out, we can show it, man. Those things gotta wait. There's a scripture in Yahawashi, he gave a parable about a servant and the master and the servant. It said the servant ain't gonna come from the field after he done serving and sit down and start eating and drinking before the master. No, he gonna gird himself, put his servant's clothes on, feed the master, and then eat after he fed the master. Meaning what? We can't get our glory before Yahawashi get his. We can't wear our crown before the master. Yahawashi come on earth and wear his crown, set himself up, and he get the preeminence. And then by him getting it, he gonna make us joint heirs, and that's when the real glory gonna count. That's when the real crown gonna be put on. And what makes him matter the most is because the glory Yahawashi gonna give us is gonna last. It ain't gonna fade away. You can have thousands of subscribers, thousands of views and likes on every video, but your page could get deleted. Certain things get taken away, but nobody can take away what Yahawashi gonna give us. So the point is, it's pointless to be glorified on this side, man. And it's better to just wait from that crown from the hand of Yahawashi. But let's get this in John 6 real quick, just to go to Yahawashi, because he also, kind of gave us an example on what we speaking about. Although Yahawashi could have made himself a name and a status and a king at the time he was on the earth, he didn't want to do that, man. He ran from it, understanding what he had coming was far greater anyway. And we need to understand that what we got coming from the Lord's hand is far greater than what this world offers. Like I said about Moses, he rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High to enjoy pleasures of sin for a season, right? Because it only gonna last so long. Right? The Benz, let's continue. Let's get it. But this is an example of Yahawashi. They was trying to make him king, right? Was trying to give him that status on the earth when he was sent to be a servant and preach and teach the kingdom of heaven. So it wasn't his time. Just like he said, if this was his kingdom, right? But it's not. It's not our kingdom. But let's get it real quick. This is John 6. And I'll start at 14, straight to the point. John 6 and 14, it says, Then those men, when they had seen the miracle that Yahawashi did, said, This is of a truth, that prophet that shall come into the world. So that's like, man, there's gotta be that prophet, that with Deuteronomy 18, that prophet Moses was taught, there's gotta be him. And it says, check this out, it's the point. And when Yahawashi therefore perceived that they would come and take him by force to make him a king, right? So when he seen, man, they wanted Yahawashi to be over them. They seen the miracles, they seen the power. They look, their mindset was this gotta be a man of the Lord. Or they wanted to take Yahawashi and say, look, you are a new king. Ain't no scribes and Pharisees. You see, look, you are a king. Yahawashi perceived that, but what did he do? Did he say, yeah, you know what? I am the king. You know what? They right. I am the king. Beating his chest, made him a crown. He didn't do that though. Although he could have easily did that, he look, come on, man. Look who he was. The Lord knew everything. You see? Had the knowledge. He had the knowledge, had the understanding, knew the mysteries. He could have easily said, you know what, because of my status and who I am, I'm going to make myself a king. But he understood prophecy. He couldn't do it before the Most High appointed him to do it, man. Again, although he understood he is the king of the world, everybody who was around, he created them. He understood that. Everything that you see, he was on earth understanding. He created the world, people. He understood that. The point was he had all the right in the world to make himself this king or give himself the status of a king. Get the preeminence at this time. But let's see what he did. And when Yahawashi therefore perceived that they would come and take him by force to make him a king, he departed again into a mountain himself alone. He ran away from it. He didn't want it right now. That's why he told Satan, when Satan said, look, bow down and worship me, I'm going to give you everything. Everything the world got to offer, I'm going to give it to you. But Yahawashi said, Satan, move around. Move around. I don't need it. Why? He understood it was for him anyway. We gonna get all this anyway. We gonna get the name. We gonna get the fame. We gonna be remembered forever in the kingdom of heaven after Yahawashi give us the glory, man. There's a reason brothers say Esau is self-proclaimed white man. He put this upon himself. Hey, like it said in First Maccabees 1, after Alexander died, then his four servants put crowns upon themselves, right? They crowned themselves. Look, you crown yourselves, that crown ain't gonna last. It's not a crown of glory, you know? Again, especially in this world. Now, although we get likes on videos, comments from brothers and sisters saying, good video, yes, those things feel good, but it's the difference between, seeing comments or subscribers and getting that motivation to keep feeding the sheep. That's different from you seeing these things and now you getting proud. You see, well, I am this great teacher, right? Well, I might be an elder. You know what I mean? No, you trying to get that crown on this side, man. Hey, well, let's get some King Solomon said, which that's Yahawashi, he understood that. He was King Solomon. You see, again, no matter what we get on this side, it ain't gonna last, man. And it ain't just got to deal with the knowledge. It's with money, women, right? Material things. At least everything that we get by the hand of Yahawashi, we know it's gonna be here with us, and we go better enjoy it. Let's get this real quick concerning King Solomon. Because the king have everything. Again, King Solomon, he had the knowledge, he had riches, he had women, he had all these things. But watch what he about to say. It's wisdom, not wisdom of Solomon, but Ecclesiastes. I'm gonna get this real quick and we're gonna move on. But it's Ecclesiastes 2 and 3. It says, I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom. So this King Solomon said, look, I made it my business, I made it my purpose, to kick back a lot more and sip some yayan while he meditate on wisdom. He says, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom and to lay hold on folly. So let me get into a little bullshit, right? To see how I go. Let me enjoy my riches and wealth. And let's see what this talking about. So it says, and to lay hold on folly till I might see what was the good for the sons of men. So he's trying to see, look, what's the good things, the fun things to do on this earth. It says, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. So look, King Solomon had the resources, the means to do whatever he wanted to. He about to run off some things. And again, this man, it said no king was like him. So he was able to do things regular people didn't do. You see? He able to have experiences regular people don't got. But other words, he had what people trying to gain. People want to be famous, celebrities, rich, women. He had this. So let's read about what it's like in this world at this time having all these things. Let's see if it's profitable, right? So this Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 4, it says, I made me great works. I builded me houses. I planted vineyards. What it said about them servants of Yahawashi making excuses on why they couldn't do the work? Is he said they built houses, they planted vineyards. Well, look, King Solomon did it too. But let's see if that's more or better than doing the work. It says, I made me gardens and orchards. Chief Ephraim. Hey, didn't Chief Ephraim tell the Manassas Akbar when they get their little town, the Israelite community, they gonna make their own wine and they gonna give Great Millstone some wine? Well, look, it says I made me gardens and orchards and planted trees in them of all kinds of fruit. He had wine gardens, he had pomegranate trees, fruit, grape, orange trees, strawberry, everything, living. He said, I made me pools of water to water therewith with the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maids and had servants born in my house. Look, he had slaves, servants born there. Also, so when they was born there, they ain't nothing other than to serve King Solomon. Again, this is the status men seek for on earth at this present time, 2021 AD. But we gonna read to see, look, the crown on this side ain't no glory. Especially with the truth, you know. Look, the Lord set over and give statuses to who he want, man. You know? Or give a name to who he want. But ultimately the fame gonna matter when it comes from the Lord, man. But let's keep reading. It says, verse 8, uh nope, end of verse 7, it says, also I had great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold and peculiar treasure of kings and of the provinces. I got me men singers and women singers and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments and that of all sorts. So I was great and increased more than all the men that were before me in Jerusalem. Also, my wisdom remained within me. It says, and whatsoever my eye desired, I kept not from them. So he lived, he really, whatever he wanted to do, he did it. It says, and I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. And then, so after all that, and then I looked on all the works that my hand had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Again, we just read a long list of King Solomon living his best life. We just read a long list of King Solomon living his best life with men on this side in this world seek to live, even some Israelites. What one body in Yahawashi said, go live your life. Go enjoy yourself. It's pointless to wait on uh you know Christ, as they say, but Yahawashi, they saying it's pointless to wait on the Lord to go live your life. Be somebody. Well, King Solomon lived his life better than any man on this side can. And he said it was vanity, it was pointless, and vexation of spirit. Through. Right? It was no profit under the sun. Because look, it came and it went. It came and it went. You could have a status right now. It may seem like, you're a top man of the Lord. And IUIC, they have that outward appearance. But ultimately, When this world go, that status that they have in this world, what it's saying First John, and the lust thereof fade. Let's get that real quick. It's gonna go right along with it, but this truth is gonna what's endure. And if you got this true truth, true riches and understanding who gave it to us, Yahawashi Yahawashi, these are the things that's gonna last forever. But let's get there real quick in John. I know it's First John 2. This First John 2 and 15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Most High is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. In second Peter 3, it says, when this world get destroyed, it says, it shall pass away with a great noise. And it says, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. What men do, what men gain, that's works that are done therein, is gonna go right along with Babylon the Great when it get burnt up. But what true crown or glory or status, riches, women, mansions gonna last, gonna go from this world and go transfer in the next world to come, and we still gonna have it then. Well, shit really is gonna be made manifest, then we gonna be able to actually enjoy it, and not just hope or believe in it, man. Not just hope or believe in everlasting life, but actually live in everlasting life. Not just hoping or believing in a new body, but actually having it, that you can't die again. Getting riches that you can't say, well, I'm low on money this week, I can't go eat with y'all. No. But it's, hey, again, this is what we want. And it's the point of waiting, man. Let's get this though in First Corinthians 9. You know, because again, you got, certain people who believe on the truth, but they truly don't see the benefit of waiting on the Lord. They don't see the benefit of believing in something that you don't have right now. You know, but that's faith. That's faith. You gotta have some who gonna believe. You gonna have some who don't believe. It is what it is. This First Corinthians 9, this Apostle Paul speaking, in 24, straight to the point. It says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain. Right? We're in a race to the end. We're in a race to the kingdom, man. You see, we racing to that. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. That's what we want. Right? And just like a race, other than a relay, just like a race, you running your own race. Each one of us, we fighting our own fight. And within this race, we all know ourselves. We know the pace we can run. We know, certain, motions we maybe could run. We all know our own walk. Just like each runner, they know what they've been practicing. They know themselves. But only one go obtain that prize, though. You see, it says in every, which is 144,000, go obtain that prize in that great multitude, man, out of the whole world. But it says, and everyone that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it, right? You have certain men who do it. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, a crown and status, glory, preeminence that don't matter. ITR, what is the Good Samaritans? That dude look like Mac 10. I remember he said one time, it ain't about being under men. You need to get your own preeminence. No, give Yahawashi the preeminence. I'm gonna wait on him to give it to me. You see, you know. But again, he was also the same person that said, "Well, the only reason I ain't been pushing videos because I bought a house and land, which Great Millstone don't know about. I bought a house and land, and I'm building me a house," which is the same excuse, literally the same excuse that Yahawashi said one of his servants told him. Because they didn't want to do the work. The same excuse. Hey, he might be the one who said that, in the parable. But it says now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, just to be on videos, right? Just to go back and forth, all on Sinetta, to obtain a corruptible crown. What it is, they making merchandise of the truth as well, selling camp packets and signs for the highways and hedges, CDs, right? DVDs, TV, you know, documentaries, Sakari documentary, doing a little series on how they came up in the truth and what they was doing before the truth, giving life testimonies. Nobody care about all that. Why? Because you trying to obtain a corruptible crown, you know? A status for yourself. It says so they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible. We want something that's gonna last. It says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. We ain't doing this, uncertainly. No, we know exactly what we want. We know exactly why we fight, and we know the exact steps to take to get to that end, man. The Lord gave it to us. He said, hold fast that which thou hast. So yes, we do have what we need to be saved. And it says, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. And that's the worst thing. You know, you preaching, teaching, that's a scary thing. You preaching and teaching to others, right? And many starting to follow you, subscribe and listen. Now you feel like you just got all that. No, remember it says Apollo or Paul planted Apollo water, but the Most High gave the increase. So you start, one could get beside himself and forget the Lord gave him that increase, right? And shit, not following the gospel as he was teaching others to follow. And now himself gonna be a castaway, man. Again, that's corruptible crown. That's not a for show reward, man. Let's get that Hebrew. We want that for sure word, but that's gonna come after we receive or after we do the work. Just like Yahawashi. He wanted that for sure. Yeah, he wanted his crown, but he knew whatever they was gonna give him, trying to make him a king, it wasn't go. Come on, man. It wasn't gonna be better than the Lord. The crown from the Most High is for sure, man. Nobody could take that from us. There's Hebrews 10, but we gotta do the work first and finish it. Hebrews 10 and 35, it says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which have a great recompense of reward. You see, it's a great reward coming. It says, for ye have need of patience, that after, keyword, ye have need of patience, that after, keyword is after, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. So we have to wait till we done. We have to wait till we, with Yahawashi to say we made it. We have to wait till we actually in the chariot. You feel me? To get that sigh relief to know we here. I am of the elect. That comes after the highways and hedges, after the daily lessons, after fasting, praying, studying, being charitable, being brotherly. That comes from after denying the MOTB in the hour of temptation. Come on, man. Then we can receive that crown. Then we can receive that name and status that Yahawashi promised us. Then we can receive that title of being co-owners to the kingdom of heaven. But when it says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them to the saving of the soul. Let's get this. Pastor Paul, I ended off on this. The Lord said the same. This Pastor Paul, but this is also what it comes down to. This one, what is gonna matter. This one, that reward gonna come. This one we can say, we did it. It is done, or it is finished. This 2 Timothy 4 and 6. It says, Apostle Paul speaking. He said, nope, I'm gonna start at 5. Yup. Second Timothy 4 and 5. It says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry, give all we got to make our calling and election sure. It's also what it's saying, but next verse says, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. Apostle Paul knew, look, they was about to go ahead and kill him for the truth's sake, because he was doing that work. He died gloriously, but before that, he said, I am now ready to be offered. He was ready, and the time of my departure is at hand. Why would he be ready? So willing to go. The next verse is going to tell us. It says, I fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but to unto all them that love his appearing. You see? But the point is, he was ready to be offered. Why? Because he did all he had to do. He finished the course. He kept the faith. He kept it pushing. Again, he didn't focus on, let me get this in Philippians real quick. He didn't focus on making himself somebody right now, right? He did the work so he can be made somebody by the man, Yahawashi himself. Let's get this real quick. Philippians 3 and 8, it says, yeah, doubtless, I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahawashi Mashiach, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahawashi. And it's the point right here I wanted. Verse 12, it says, come on, man. Philippians 3 and 11, it says, if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead. So Apostle Paul speaking of him being saved and beamed up. It says, not as though I had already attained. So he's saying, look, I ain't acting like or talking like I already made it, like I'm already on a chariot, or anywhere like I'm already crowned as a king and got that status. Remember, they wanted to make him talking about you Jupiter, sacrificing to him. He said, no, I'm just a man. So he wasn't trying to get that status for himself right now, but he says, either we're already perfect. So he's saying, I ain't already in my new body either, but it's the point. But I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Yahawashi. But he's striving for that crown, though. He pushing forward. So we ain't just like we ain't here to act like live in this world like we kings. That we know we kings and priests. We don't have to prove it, just prove it to this world, because even if we try to prove it, we still got to go to work the next day. Get somebody to bow down, kiss your boot, right? And they still making more money. Edomite still making more money than you kissing your boot, though. You ain't got no kind of control over him, but you trying to do it for video views. No, we striving for that good part, man. For that good part. So Apostle Paul said he fought a good fight, he kept the faith, and since he did, henceforth there is laid up a crown of righteousness, which the Lord Yahawashi, the righteous judge, is going to give him. Let's end it off with this. I get it in my scriptures. This wisdom of Solomon, and we can end it. I believe it's 3 or 5. Yeah, it's wisdom of Solomon 5 and 14. Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 14. I just read it in my scriptures. It says, for the hope of the ungodly is like the dust that is blown away with the wind, right? That self-proclaimed, self-status, self-preeminence is going to blow away with the wind, or as the wind. It says, like as a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with the tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of guests that tarrieth but a day. You see? So a certain status or a crown you get in this world is corruptible. It's going to come and go. But for us, it says, but the righteous live forevermore, and their reward, right? But the righteous live forevermore, and their reward also is with the Lord. Right now, our reward is with Yahawashi. Literally right now, when he come, he going to give it to us. It says their reward is also with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High, and therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them, man. We're going to receive the everlasting crown from the Lord's hand. But with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahawashi, by Shem Chakodash, the bonus to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to all you Akim out there, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. And to all you believers out there who believe on the gospel, you keep fighting, keep pushing. With that, shalom.